What is going on, guys, man? It's your boy Cheddar here to give you some more gameplay of Batman Arkham Knight. And as you know, through each part of the series, we'll be rewriting each scene and discussing each scene in our own way to make this game better. I'm sorry that I'm getting this game up late. It's just one of those days for me, man. Rain, and when it rains, cloudy. Don't feel like doing much, and with these Batman ones, it's like almost 3 15-minute clips.
Dig in and do what you can, Jim. I'll deal with them as soon as I've stopped the explosion.
And as you know, there are glitches in between.
We'll get through this, I know we will.
And it takes a while for me to go through each individual piece and scene. So this part, what you're seeing, I think I gotta remember exactly where I left off at. Okay, where we left off at is the place blowing up on us.
I need to get the car into this area before I can use it.
We lost the GC. We lost a good majority of GC PD officers. Well, with this part, what you guys are seeing, this ain't taking place. So this is being totally cut out, written out.
I need to get the car into this area before I can use it.
Now, during gameplay of this, can be so I can stand it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's standable. And as you guys know, we already met Scarecrow in our rewrite. Now, during this gameplay, we haven't met Scarecrow yet, and this place hasn't blown up on us yet. But in our rewrite, none of this took place. And of course, as you guys know, there is no Arkham Knight in our rewrite of this story. Where the hell is the Batmobile going? It has issues, but you know, that's what we are doing along with this. So I guess you could say around this part,
right now our client is preparing to engulf the city in a cloud of
jeez, the Barbara Gordon scene where she gets kidnapped. How would we write that to make it sense where it's not Batman's fault, it's not Barbara Gordon's fault? This is how I would write it. And we actually get to that scene anyways in this episode, or tonight's episode, or whenever I get this up. But it will be tonight, but it'll be late. Jeez. I would say a crooked escort, because I have been thinking about this all day long. Why I have been working, as I've been chopping down the episodes, well, clips, because like I said, there's some glitches. As you guys see, we did have a glitch, but I cut that glitch in there on accident for me to talk to you guys. What else? Oh yeah, a crooked escort. Let's say that in the beginning she said, yeah, I'm going to leave, but she didn't. So she calls Batman soon after and be like, hey, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna help you out. And Batman's like, look, you know you can leave, I have a feeling it's gonna get dangerous. She refuses. Well, let's say her father arranged her an escort, got into the clock tower, hasn't had really any communication with Batman, because you don't want to have communication in front of GCPD and say, oh my god, your daughter knows Batman. No, you don't want to do any of that. Let's say this was a crooked escort that was paid by Scarecrow / Arkham Knight. But there is no Arkham Knight. So by Scarecrow,
He knew that no one would be able to escape the
we
blast
come to find out when Scarecrow gives us a message, you want to see her again, this is what you need to do. Then we go tell Commissioner Gordon, hey, there was a crooked escort, Barbara Gordon was kidnapped. That's how I see that playing out. Because I really, and there's certain parts in this game, even like when it came out, like I really question it big time, like, did she sell out Batman? Wait, what? Because I really felt that, and I still feel that way till this day. And anybody knows what scene I'm talking about, where she gets pushed down. God, Commissioner Gordon up there giving up Batman. I really felt like she sold Batman out. along with Commissioner Gordon, I really feel that way. And it may not played out that way, but God, body language and the way you can write words and dialogue could really make it seem that way. And this scene right here will be the messenger scene. How we find out Barbara Gordon got kidnapped. So this scene right here, as we're meeting Scarecrow, no, we already had our meeting with Scarecrow. This is a different meeting with a messenger about Barbara Gordon. I really wish they would. You know, I wish they would add something in this game where you take off his mask. Because he it doesn't look like he has his skin anymore. I think something may have happened to him between him and Killer Croc, and Scarecrow barely got away. God, is that glitching? A little bit. Barely got away. Halfway dead, probably barely breathing. Had to do something with his face, so he took. I think he took his sack. He did some kind of cosmetic surgery. Something. Some kind of cosmetic surgery for that to be his face, because it looks skeletonish.
I know.
Like,
I'm not trying to.
now this whole entire blow up toxic scene, shit like that, we can go without.
That doesn't matter.
This has already happened. We couldn't get to it in time because all those chemicals were actually bombs being sent off in our story that killed most of the GCPD. Keep that in mind. So this didn't happen, but it did happen, but not in the way as we're seeing it on screen. Happened off screen. Now, another part we can write out. We can write out the Joker shit. We can write that out. There's no need for it. They only put it in there. Okay. They only put it in there for money, fan services, because the Joker is a money-making villain machine. Yeah, don't get me wrong. God, there's so many comic book villains, and only a few of those are really money makers out there, and Joker happens to be one of them. And it doesn't even have to really be somebody based off a comic either. It can still be a villain from a horror movie, action movie, cartoon, a video game, that are really moneymaker machines out there. And let's be real about this. Rocksteady added Joker in here for the money purposes in this game, and just to deliver, fanboy service, give everyone a hard on, if you will. I like the Joker. The Joker is a wonderful villain. I like Joker, but I really could feel like they didn't need to add him in this. They didn't need to add him in this game. There was no need for it. Especially the delusional ghost scene that's about to come up real soon, right about now. Soon as Batman turns around in this couple of frames here. Especially what we're about to get into a little bit later onto this episode with the whole Joker thing. It doesn't fit in with the story. I don't see what Joker blood has to do with Scarecrow. I don't see what it has to do with everyone going completely utterly wacko. His ghost, let's be real about it. Like, I understand that it's coming within Batman's mind and stuff like that, but it's really his ghost, and there's really no need for it. You can write that out. This part right here, I appreciate, because I really feel like there should have been something really different. I've been thinking about this too. There should have been a flashback when we tell Commissioner Gordon about his daughter getting kidnapped. I feel like there should be a flashback of an investigation of a kidnapping that Batman didn't know about that was being solved by GCPD and Commissioner Gordon, and where you can play as Commissioner Gordon in this little flashback. It doesn't have to be a long flashback, but kind of solving something and have it be involved with somebody's daughter, and in the end you find the daughter dismantled and killed, and it touches Jim Gordon in a way like that could have been my daughter, that could have been my little girl. I really felt like they could have added that in with this. This part right here, I'm pretty sure at this moment when you're at it's Wayne Studios, Wayne Projects for movies and shit, he sees the sign. You would think that would tell him. I'm pretty sure he figured out who Batman was. Because when you're walking down here, you've seen the VIP ramp. You're going to look to your right. You see that. I think right then and there, he knew who Batman was. He kind of wasn't sure. And he second guesses himself again to where I'm pretty sure you're Batman.
Great.
Later
How
on
the
in the
hell
game,
am I supposed to get in?
when the kidnapping part scene where we meet Scarecrow on top of the building with Batman, Jim Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, and his goons. And then he's like, I really need to see this. I really need to make sure that you might be Batman, or hope that I'm wrong. But it's going to feel awkwardly weird. And I feel that's why he didn't interfere with Scarecrow when he took off Batman's mask. He really shouldn't find it as a shocker anyways, because he really wasn't shocked.
Commissioner,
But I felt like it was like play shock, actually. So this whole scene that's taking part about the Joker's blood, the infections, etc., etc. It could be written out. It could be written out. Because you gotta remember, this is being replaced with a flashback of a kidnapping. Like we discussed. So that's what we're doing. So this is what we're doing. We're gonna be solving a kidnapping in this. Now, if I were to make an estimated guess who would make a great substitute Joker,
What have you done with my soulmate?
I would choose this woman and that singer guy that kind of looks like Elvis a little bit. And you guys will see what I'm talking about coming up soon. Right here in this one. And we actually saw an Easter egg of him in the beginning of this game on that poster. This guy. I would choose between him or her. However, I would pick the woman. Because, and this is just me in my own dirty way, I want to see a Harley Quinn and a female Joker lesbian relationship. I mean, they already have a Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy relationship in the comics. Like, they're literally a couple and everything. And there are some sex scenes in the comics between those two.
Think you can police me? Nobody
And
polices
Poison
the
Ivy,
Goliath.
fucks the hell out of Harley Quinn. But gotta remember, all this is being replaced with the investigation scene. Because it's a flashback, you know. And this is a flashback scene. I don't know whose flashback it is. Is it Commissioner Gordon's flashback? Or is it Batman's flashback? They never pointed that out clearly in this game.
Batman.
I'm glad you
And
came.
he
Jim.
so happens to be
You
right
need to
there.
see this.
What is this place? Who are these people?
Because if you guys
Before it
really
killed
look
him,
at it,
Joker sent his
I believe
infected blood
Rocksteady,
out to all the hospitals in the state.
during the writing of this
I know,
game,
we tracked it all
really
down.
came at a
We missed
standstill.
some.
Like, God, we just really
Hospital
written the
errors.
main actual story
Transfusions
too
that
quickly,
went
and it's already
unrecorded.
done. Let's
5
throw in
people
some
were
Joker
affected,
stuff in there for this.
untreated.
You know,
The blood's
it
gestated too
doesn't even
long.
tie in with anything.
It's
It
altering
doesn't.
them. They're becoming.
There was really no need for it.
My
That's why, when it comes to
It's a
development
form of
with
Creutzfeldt
games or
Jakob
anything
disease,
that you do,
but mutated.
it's
beyond
best
anything
to
on medical
hire
record.
in new blood.
What about that one? He doesn't look
And I
like
say
the
that
others.
in a way as
Henry
with the new
Adams.
people,
He's been infected the
figuratively
longest,
speaking,
but he's symptomless.
because New people always going to come with some new ideas, great, good, bad, okay ideas, creative. And I want students, to tell you the truth, who are in college, university for this type of stuff, because they are the creative ones. But when they get out there to the real world, it's going to be hard for them to find jobs. You want something on their resume and on their roster, like, hey, oh, I see you involved with this. That's going to look good. Just like, well, I feel like a lot of the actors nowadays in school, in college and university, trying to get into acting, some of them are really good that start off in Broadway and plays that I feel like would make great roles in movies. And I feel like when it comes to anything new, you need to hire in new blood. Anything. Don't hire the same fucking people. You don't do it. So now we're back to present day. I believe this wake-up scene would be Barbara Gordon's wake-up scene during
don't act all surprised, Bats.
Her kidnapping.
You knew this was going to happen sooner
to me,
or later.
it makes sense.
Granted,
we can't do anything.
Together, we're going to give the city what it
But
deserves.
try to have a quiet sneak in place to where we can get in contact with Batman. That's what I feel how this scene should go. Because we'll be Barbara Gordon for a little while. Not too much. Not too much. Then again, not too little. But a fair amount. A fair amount would be 20 minutes. That's it. No more. No less. Give it 20 minutes of that. And I think that's perfect. I think 20 minutes is a fair amount of that type of little gameplay for Barbara Gordon, because you don't want to milk it. You don't want to overdo it. And you don't want to belittle it either. Like I said, granted, during gameplay, these scenes, as we're seeing, as I'm talking, they are reasonable. I can put up with it. And of course, the blow-up scene right here. This is how it happens. Remember when I said this place is going to blow up and we lose a good majority of GCPD? This is how it happened. We just lost a good majority of people. Boom. Right there. Done. They're dead, and if they're not dead, they are suffering in pain, dying anyways.
Alfred.
Oh, thank God. When the explosion...
The communication scenes, oh god, they're at
okay,
random
Alfred.
at times.
I managed to reduce the blast radius and prevented the toxin from spreading into the city.
I guess we have.
Arkham Knight character.
I really feel like they need to keep that in as an earpiece,
got away.
Because
I was exposed to
yet
his
again,
toxin.
you do not want that at all pop up around anybody, because they're gonna automatically know, and it's gonna ruin the whole
I had a bad
damn
reaction.
thing.
But
Keep
it's
it
over
in
now.
as an earpiece like you did with Asylum and Arkham. Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Now, throughout the majority of this game, I don't know if any of y'all really caught it, even when it first came out. Arkham Knight is a rewrite of Arkham City. Yes,
Alfred.
it's a rewrite
Jim,
of Arkham City and
speak to you.
Arkham Asylum.
meet me outside
Mainly
GCPD prisoner detention.
Arkham
I'm heading there now.
City, thrown in for a little bit of Arkham Origins. So it's a rewrite of all three. But a good majority of it is a rewrite of Arkham City. I don't know why. However, now this part right here is where we're going to get word about, is where we're going to give the word, is where, well, I take that back. Yeah, no, is where we're going to tell him, hey, I got this messenger about Barbara Gordon getting kidnapped. You had a crooked escort who was paid by Scarecrow.
What's wrong?
And we're gonna give him the messenger, like we take out the messenger.
Come on, you're scaring me.
Give him to GCPD, have them intimidate him, question him, whatever they need to do to get information out of him. Why me and Commissioner Gordon
Who's got
go
my
get
little
Barbara
girl?
Gordon back?
Scarecrow.
So this is how a
They
lot
took
of
her
this
from the
stuff will
clock
play
tower.
out. So this is our rewrite.
All right, we need to go.
I'm sorry that it took me all day for a long time to get this up, but hey, man, a rainy day like this, you don't really feel like doing much, and it's understandable for anybody. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'm gonna try to get tomorrow's episode up a bit quicker, depending on how the mood is, depending on how the day looks, depending on what I have going on. But hey, man, I am out. Peace. I hope you guys still enjoy this, and this is our rewrite, man.